It's so fun, and what's different about it is that we're constantly going to new places and we're constantly getting to meet people and build relationships with people, and that keeps you motivated because we're very called to love other people and to just minister, and ministering can be simply just sitting and listening to someone. So we get to go all over the country and meet people that are going through really difficult things, and they come up to our table and talk to us afterwards, and you know, maybe it's something one of the three of us has walked through personally, and we can share how the Lord brought us through that, and that is probably the most motivating part of what we do.
I grew up in a family where my dad was a music minister and my mom was his right-hand girl, and all 5 of us sang. We sang together as a family. There are 5 kids, plus my mom and dad.
And I was the 4th out of 5 kids, and every single one of us sing. My parents sing, my grandparents, my aunts and uncles and cousins. I really didn't know people couldn't sing until I got older. So we started singing in the church with them, and I've been singing since before I could probably even talk.
I'm from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. My family's from there originally, and I grew up in the same house my whole life, and moved to Tennessee my sophomore year of college and stayed there. So I've been in Nashville for about 9 years now.
I mean, like I said, my whole family sings. So when we were younger, my parents, we didn't listen to music in the car. We basically all sang together. And so we would learn different harmony parts to sing with each other. And so I've been doing it my whole life. I sang in choirs growing up, and so you just kind of learn to hear the harmony parts, and then when we joined the group, I mean, it just naturally, we could just hear them.
Well, I grew up in a musical family, and what we would do on car trips is that mom and dad, instead of us listening to music, they would teach us songs and they would help break down the songs. So they would teach us all the melody, and then I was singing alto with my mom, and so she would break down and teach me the alto part of almost every song that we would learn. So for me, it's natural. Anytime a song begins, to automatically jump a third down from the melody line and just pick up there. It's kind of like that's my role.
The harmonies came from being in choirs and singing in ensembles, and I started singing in choirs probably in church before anything else. Well, maybe in elementary school we sing in choirs too, but yeah, that's how I learned harmony parts.
Well, along with singing with my family, I was really involved with choirs, especially in school, and I actually took vocal lessons. I did for years and years and years, classical, up till college, and even now I take voice lessons. I think it's always important to continually grow at your craft. I've been down this road a time or two, and seriously, and never crooked you. Once walked right down the street, it's true. Instead of trusting you today to make it through, where I choose to be. Everything about myself and me, right to the truth I could not see. Caught up in a world of everything.
I've been told that I learned how to sing before I actually learned how to speak. Isn't that funny? My whole family sings. My dad was a singer, my mom's a singer, my brother's a singer, my grandma is a singer. So my grandma always taught us songs when we were little, and yeah, that's how I learned.
I think my parents just watched us as children and noticed what we were naturally gifted at. So writing for me was one of those things. That was an added skill that that they saw early on, and they encouraged me in. Well, I started writing because I loved writing. It wasn't necessarily for songs or for music or for anything in general. I would keep journals, and even now, especially when young girls are asking me about songwriting, you know, what do you do? How does that work? You know, how can I start doing that? And the one thing that I tell them over and over again is keep your journal with you 24/7. When you're traveling, when you're going to school, when you're doing anything, because the Lord loves to speak to you in the middle of some crazy moments, in the middle of some quiet moments, and it's always good to have that pen and paper ready to record them and to record what your heart is feeling and how it's stirred by what He's trying to tell you.
We do a lot of it. We write most of our music. We write the lyrics and the melodies, and we actually have a producer, his name's Jeff Pardo, that produced our last album, and I bring him the songs and he puts all the music behind them, and works like magic. Yeah, he's great.
What I enjoy the most is I think that music in and of itself speaks to people in a different way than anything else does in the world. You know what I mean? Like, someone can talk to you and they can tell you something over and over again, and then suddenly one day you're listening to this song on the radio and it's the words along with the melody of the song, along with the power that's behind the song that moves you, it moves your spirit in a way that you're like, ah, I get it. And I think that's the neatest part about getting to go and sing our songs, is that they come from our heart, and we're very passionate about the words that we're singing, and it's just a neat avenue to be able to share with people.